Or cream shots.
That just got it. I'll do the intro.
What the fuck are we gonna talk about? Nah, just go to IGN. We'll be bloggers.
Jesus Christ.
It's
just the winner.
Cursed.
I know.
No, go to the IGN with link. It is there, I promise. Now scroll the fuck down. Scroll the fuck down.
Porn.
Scroll the fuck down. There it is.
Okay, well, this is gonna look... Welcome to RNG. We talk about random nonsense in gaming.
Oh, we
I'm
got the
Kirk.
randomness.
And this is...
My name is Isaac.
His name Isaac. We are today going to be talking about Game of the Years in years past and why we think they're either right or wrong.
Starting with 2018.
We're going to go from 2018 to 2023. Well, 2023 hasn't happened yet, but we're going to say what we think should win 2023.
Correct.
So we'll start here with 2018. Okay,
all right.
So in 2018, Isaac, we had Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Celeste, God of War with the winning, Marvel's Spider-Man 1, Monster Hunter World, and RDR2. Let's start by saying which of these we even played.
Absolutely.
Which we didn't. So what did you...
Do you want... Okay. I played God of War, played Spider-Man. I dabbled in Odyssey.
Why did you go in such a weird order? You could have just read it in order.
That makes too much sense.
Is it because that one was bold?
I can't read. I have small brain.
Okay.
But no, I played God of War. I played Spider-Man. I played...
Okay, I don't think you have to start at the top. It just makes sense in my brain if you just read it from top to bottom. You don't have to.
All right. All right.
That made me lol.
Literally. All right. I played a little.
I thought you were just gonna say it again.
I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I played God of War. I played Spider-Man.
Yeah. Did you play any Celeste? You keep missing that one.
I was gonna go back to that one.
Okay.
All right, let me start over. Let me try this one more fucking time. I dabbled with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I did not play Celeste. I played God of War about 8 times. Spider-Man I played through about 3 times. Monster Hunter World I played through a solid little bit from there too. And then RDR2 was fantastic. So I've the only one I haven't played is Celeste.
Okay, so I played about 2 hours of Odyssey, and all I remember is approaching a shirtless man about a side quest. That's the only thing I remember about that game.
That's a good.
I did play Celeste, and it made me cry at the end.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wait, okay, hold up. Time out. Explain to me Celeste quick, because I'm actually curious.
Celeste is, well, you can even look it up. So Celeste is like a 2D platformer.
Oh, cool.
This is just the launch trailer, but I'll get you some gameplay of it. It's like cute pixel art style.
Oh, cool.
But when there's like some character interactions, they have really hyper detailed like portraits on them. Little shit. But the like art of the people is like really good, like when they're like talking to each other. But anyways, very great game. I would recommend. Yeah, like this. Like,
oh, cool.
The whole game is basically about. It's like metaphorically about like kind of like depression and sadness and getting over it by climbing to like top of the mountain in the game.
Cool.
But anyways, very good game.
Gotcha.
What's really fun about it is they made a final update for the game where it was like a prologue of the story, and there was like speedrun tech in the game that the devs put into as like actual mechanics in the DLC. So it was so hard. I never beat it. It was
really?
It's ridiculous.
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool. I'll have to play it.
Anyways.
I haven't played that one.
Yeah, it's on PS Plus if you still have that, but it's good.
Oh yes.
God of War obviously played. Marvel Spider-Man played. I didn't play Monster Hunter World. I remember when this happened that a lot of people were upset Monster Hunter World didn't get it, but I don't know much about it, but I just know it's just like instead of you go around and you fight stuff, but instead of fighting like small enemies, you're just always fighting bosses basically.
Right.
Red Dead Redemption 2, I know it's good. Hello Aldrast. I know it's good. It's Steam notification.
No, nice.
Why is this I was like, oh, is this Steam notification? You just went, nice. Red Dead Redemption 2. I played like, this is criminal. Okay, you already are looking at me like that. But I played like 6 hours of it. Okay?
I take it you didn't beat it then.
No.
That's
but I know
fair.
how it ends.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because you kind of have to know how it ends because of how 1 starts, because it's a prequel. But
Right.
I did like it. I'm just not I like different. It's not really my game.
That's fair.
But anyways, if you had to pick anything out of this list, would you still pick God of War for that year?
I would, and I will wholeheartedly admit I might be slightly biased because the God of War games are my favorite ones, but this is my personal winner. It's not like I'm not saying, oh, God of War is the best, but it's my game of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would still say God of War. If I'm being honest.
I have to like put myself in a headspace and remember what this game was like when it came out, because there was like nothing. It was just very different.
Reimagining of the series as a whole.
Yeah, Marvel Spider-Man 1 was still good. Had its issues though, but God of War 1 didn't have as many issues for me, so I would probably agree. So we agree.
Do you agree?
Do you agree?
I'm guessing that would be slightly divisive, because I'm sure a lot of people would go with RDR2.
Yeah, that would be the easy pick. Maybe if I liked that game, I would also pick that. But
that's understandable.
2019. So we have Control, which I played like 3/4 of it. I don't know why I never finished it, but it was on PS Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal game. Death Stranding I heard was boring, so I didn't play it.
That's fair, yeah.
I heard it was a walking simulator. I probably have like 500 hours in Smash. I did not play the RE2 remake, but I heard it was phenomenal. But I've never played any of the RE games. But isn't 4 like your favorite?
I love RE4, yeah.
Did you play the remake?
Yes. Yeah. It was fantastic. It was so good.
Was it like pretty faithful?
Pretty faithful, but also like making advancements in modern technology. Because like when I played, you couldn't move and aim down sights.
Oh,
so like you'd be walking, and then all of a sudden,
was RE4 also tank controls like how the old ones were, or where the camera was fixed, or was it still following you? I have no idea. Like, did it like third person, like the old one even too? I know the new one does, but
yeah, the old one was the same way. Where it was like kind of that over shoulder third person.
Okay. I didn't play the Outer Worlds. I heard it. I don't even remember. I forgot the game came out, so I don't even know why it's on this list, to be honest.
It's fair.
I didn't even say Sekiro. I want to play Sekiro or Sekiro, whatever it's called, because I heard it's the most fast-paced FromSoft game ever. Like, it's actually like
I kind of want to try.
Like fast-paced melee compared
right.
to, and this could be me speaking out of my asshole because I have no idea if that's true or not. But
you got to speak from somewhere.
Usually mouth.
Depends who you ask.
And then if I were to guess, I would think this is a light year for you on Game of the Years.
Please
for what you've played.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think
you've. If I
take a guess, take a guess.
You played Ultimate.
Yep.
I think you maybe touched Death Stranding. I don't remember.
Yep.
And that's it, honestly.
Well.
Or did you play RE2?
I did. I have RE2 actually. I played RE2. I played Ultimate because you seem to like to just destroy me at Ultimate every time we play.
Ultimate.
That's okay. And then I did play a little bit of Death Stranding. I want to play Sekiro or Sekiro. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not gonna act like I do.
Sekiro, maybe. That's what I've heard people say it as.
I do want to try it. I do want to try that game though, and it's definitely on my list. Same thing with the Outer Worlds. I've actually heard pretty decent things about it.
Yeah.
I want to try that too, but going solely based off of what I've played, I would probably hand this to Ultimate.
That's fair. I think Ultimate's great. I think at the time, though, when Ultimate came out, I think it was a worse game than it is now just because of DLC, personally.
Oh, yeah.
I would honestly, out of what I've played here, is probably... I think Sekiro deserves it for what it is, but for my
sure.
personal, I would probably put Control because that game was actually pretty phenomenal. It was really cool out of what I've played, but this is honestly a light year for me on Game of the Year picks.
Yeah.
For what I've played, so...
I agree, but I definitely... Sekiro is one that I want...
Yeah.
I want to experience what other people have experienced with that game.
Yeah.
And, it's one of those games where I haven't been spoiled on anything for it since it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah, I haven't either, actually. I don't know a lot about it. I know it's a phenomenal
right.
But...
I kind of like going into it blind like that, though.
Mm-mm.
But...
All right, we're going to get flashbanged by 2020 because IGN's article was busted. So... This was kind of a heavy year for being a COVID year, honestly. So, Last of Us 2, Animal Crossings, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, and Hades. So, what have you played out of this?
Fun fact, I just played through The Last of Us Part 2 this year for the first time. And I went through all of those years only getting spoiled on Joel's death.
You can't say that. I'm just kidding.
It's been out longer than I've been alive, so
longer than you've been alive.
But yeah, I played it for the first time this year, so this one's actually pretty fresh in my brain. I played that, loved it. Animal Crossing New Horizons, played that. It was good. Just not maybe my. I don't know if I'd put it on the plane that all of these other games are on.
That's a hot take.
Personal though. I'm not saying it's not as quality, but
obviously it's personal. It's what you're saying.
Doesn't mean it's personal though. Yeah, think about that one.
Okay. So you played all of these except Hades?
I haven't played Hades. I haven't played the Final Fantasy VII remake.
That's fair. I played all of these except this is the first year I played all of these, except I played maybe 10 hours of Final Fantasy VII remake. It's just like not a game for me. I just don't like it's called an RTS, so it's like real-time strategy. So like, that might even be wrong. I don't know why I think I'm going to trigger people. No one watches this. No, I'm just kidding. I'll cut that out. Okay. I don't like Final Fantasy VII Remake just because it's not my type of game. Last of Us Part 2, I think it was brave, Neil Druckmann, and I respect you for what you did because a lot of people don't.
I respect him. What the fuck are you looking at me like that for?
You said you don't agree with the ending.
Well, that's because I thought that it should have ended on the scene and when Ellie and the baby potato are sitting on the tractor and like the camera pans out to the sunset and it like just fades. I thought that would have been the perfect ending.
But what? But I have a counter question.
I don't care.
How? Didn't ask. Why do you think that
doesn't
would
matter.
Be a good ending? How did anything resolve?
It didn't, but that's the beauty in it, that nothing gets resolved.
Nothing still gets resolved, but you play for 3 more hours.
Right, but I felt there for in my body. In my body, I felt like in my badussy, I felt like it felt like an ending to the game, and it felt like everything that happened after that was a good beginning to the next game, and it felt like an ending because she had just fought Abby. Right, she got back, and it seemed like they were gonna let bygones be bygones for a bit.
Remind me again what prior is that, because I have not I played through the first half of the game last year, but I haven't gotten to that end part again. So what is before that?
Literally right before it is that scene where they're in the theater and Abby and Ellie fight, and then she like shoots Joel's brother, or Tommy shoots Tommy right in the ankle.
You're on crack rocks.
So I did have a little Bacardi.
That's in like the first half of the game. That's the first time you fight, and then you fight Abby as Ellie. Quick side note, I'm really wrong here. Ignore me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in that fight, you fight as Abby against Ellie.
Oh shit, what am I thinking of?
That's the first time you fight them together, like they fight.
Uh-huh.
Because remember, there's still the whole part where you're playing as Abby and you're hunting down, or you're getting shot at by a sniper, and then it's Joel's brother. Remember, you're on that like big long highway, and then there's like the guy at the end with the sniper.
Yeah.
And that's Joel's brother. What's his name?
Tommy.
Tommy. Yeah, it's Tommy. That happens way after that, Isaac.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I said it was fresh in my brain, but apparently my brain is damaged.
Apparently mine was more. I didn't even get to that in my second playthrough. Okay, anyway.
I still feel like it was good. It was a good spot to end though.
Yeah.
Because I think there was. No, it had to have been.
No, it's when you fight as Abby or as Ellie
against
Abby, because you fight as Abby against Ellie in that first part, because it's after you play both day 3s in Seattle. You play through the first 3 days as Ellie, and then you play as Abby's 3 days in Seattle, and then you meet in the movie theater and you play as Abby.
Yeah.
Because she kills Jesse.
Yep.
And then she shoots Tommy, and then you chase her down, and then you guys like tussle in the back. And then you almost kill her, and then Dina comes and just like slams into you or something. I don't remember.
Right, and then Ellie stops her because she says she's pregnant.
Yeah, the baby is not directly after that,
isn't it?
No, Dina's still heavily pregnant by that point.
Right, yeah, I thought it was after that she has the baby though, and then.
Well, yeah, like 10 game hours later.
There's no way it was 10 game hours. It might have been. Like I'm not gonna. I'm not.
I have to look this up. I actually don't. I'm not Chapiteur. Yeah, so Jackson prologue, that's fine. Yep. So Seattle day 1, Seattle day 2, Seattle day 3. The park is when you start as Abby because you're with her as she's young and her dad.
Yep.
And you're tracking the zebra.
Yep.
So day 1, day 2, day 3. The farm? Oh my God.
That's the farm!
Maybe I am smoking crack rocks.
And then it's this, and then the epilogue.
What?
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's right, pick one and suck it.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, please. I'll take my flowers. I'm
just looking up. Oh my God. I think I have crack rocks in my brain. Look, 20-hour playthrough. Here we go.
Let's sit through this whole thing.
I'm like actually having a stroke.
Why
does this say video plays soon now? It doesn't even count down anymore. Thank you, MK Ice and Fire. Oh my God, it is. Oh my God. You were right. I will eat
There's
my
a first for
I will
everything.
eat my own ass.
Oh, don't. Well, I mean, $20 is $20. Yeah, see, then that scene right there.
Oh my God.
I thought it would have been a perfect ending right there.
I'm like absolutely brain fucked right now. I did not think that's where the game stopped after that.
See? Yeah, and then I just thought, see, and then she's like barely alive, and then it cuts to the scene, and then they go to the farm.
But I thought there was like more before Tommy came. That's so bizarre to me.
And then she leaves.
Yeah.
And I just thought that would have been a sweet ending.
Okay, I will eat my own ass for that.
I mean, again, $20 is $20.
Okay, yeah, well, I'm speechless. I just had parts of my brain rewritten. Okay, anyways, I respect that opinion. I thought I'm gonna put some sort of thing over it and just be like idiot or just absolute dumbass.
Drain damage.
Worse, just no brain. Okay, so hot take.
I'm ready.
Doom 2016 was great. I played that first before Doom Eternal.
That's what you do usually with the game that comes out first.
Not necessarily. Doom
Well.
Eternal's pretty separate. You don't have to play 2016.
No, but it came
get
out
why-
like 3 years earlier,
I get why 2016 is good.
4 years earlier.
But Doom Eternal grinded that game to no end for no reason. That is the most single player replayability I've ever had in a game. I probably have 100 hours in it
That's crazy, actually.
on new
Cool.
playthroughs and like 100% files. I have
That's
two
cool.
100% saves in that game.
Nice.
Anyways, fantastic game. That being said, that doesn't necessarily make a game of the year for me. Let me get back to what you said about Animal Crossing New Horizons not being on this list.
Oh, I didn't
First
say
of all,
it shouldn't be on this list.
That's what you said.
No, I didn't.
We have recorded proof.
I said it was like I didn't think it was up to the same tier as the other
So
games.
yeah, you don't think it should be on the list.
Well, there has to be a sixth spot, or yeah, there has to be a
Hades
sixth spot.
down there. I don't think it's in order. Anyways, what would be your personal on this one?
This is a toss up for me because I did like. I totally berated it, but I did like Animal Crossing. I was into Derm. I was into I was into Doom Eternal, but to me, really, the big two would have been between Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, and
I think easily it's Ghost of Tsushima.
I agree because the final battle in Ghost of Tsushima is one of my favorite sequences in any video game, between like the white and the red roses that are flying in the
That game
background, or
is
not roses, but flowers
The
that are
cherry blossoms.
yes,
yeah.
yep.
Oh my god, that game is underrated for how beautiful it is.
It is one of the most gorgeous games I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
It's so good.
It
and
is-
the first opening scene when you come out on the horse
Yep.
and he like reaches down
Yep.
and like, oh my god. I love how we talked about Last of Us for like 10 minutes and then we're like, yeah, it's Ghost of
It's a close second though. But Ghost of Tsushima, I love.
If
that
I had to
game.
pick a
Shinsekai
different
was
one, it would
phenomenal.
probably be Last of Us.
I'd agree with
So,
that. To me, it was Ghost of Tsushima followed closely by Last of Us Part 2.
I think Doom Eternal and Last of Us would be neck and neck for me. It depends on the day. Okay, 2021. I personally played Deathloop about halfway through. It was cool, but it kind of didn't have. I'll say my issues with it later. It Takes Two. Madeline and I. It took us 2 years to finish this game.
That's insane.
Metroid Dread. Psychonauts 2 didn't play. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I did play and 100% it and played it twice. 100% it twice. Because Ratchet and Clank, I played that on the PS2. Like, I have a PS2. I had a PS2 save file on my PS2 that I beat the game 12 times. Like, every time you
Nice.
beat it, it put a +1 thing on it.
Nice.
So I New Game Plus 12 times.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And that was as like a child, so I wasn't speedrunning. I was still playing it like
Hey,
at baby pace.
Nothing
And
wrong
then
with that.
Village I didn't play yet, but I want to, and I understand why it's good. But I've heard there's
Village is
people have
fun.
issues with it.
Yeah,
But
it's fun though.
what did you play?
I played a little bit of Deathloop. Deathloop I wasn't
Yes.
vibing with it really. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't. I didn't feel like it was the 10 that everybody that reviewed it made it out to be. If that makes sense. Like it just was for me. It didn't hit as hard as I thought
The
that
gun
it was going
the
to.
gunplay was just weak for me. It's like everything was
Yeah.
just like tee, 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 tee.
Yeah,
You know what I
the
mean? Like
pea
nothing felt great.
Right.
But, yeah.
It Takes Two. Love that one.
Did you and Maggie play it?
Yeah.
I'll put a redacted sound.
Did you and Jeff? Like, yeah, we played. It was great. Metroid Dread. I didn't get the chance to play that one. Psychonauts didn't play that one.
After this recording, I'm sending you home with my Dread copy.
I do have to play it.
You have to. It's so good. Okay.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I actually did start that one, and I love it. I really do like it.
Did you finish it though?
Not yet. But I mean, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Resident Evil Village. I did not play that one yet. But again, it's another one that's on the list to get to.
I want to.
So this was another light year for me in terms of games that
Yeah.
I've played, but
So for me, like Deathloop, I hit the hook moment where it's like you see yourself and like you kind of are looping, right?
mm-hmm.
And I hit that, and I got several hours past that, and then it was just like it just felt repetitive. I will give Deathloop credit where you could play as the bad person on multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
I did that a few times actually.
Nice.
It was fun. It was cool, and there was different perks and level ups for her. I don't remember her name, but like you could raid other people's worlds, kind of like you can in like Dark Souls and stuff. And thought it was cool. Pretty cool game. Kind of mid execution. Wasn't like terrible. It was just like mid for me. But Takes Two was fun. Maybe it took us 2 years to beat it, so maybe that's why I don't feel as strongly about it.
That's fair.
It wasn't even just because we didn't like it. We just kept like we'd play it and then we'd just take a break from it
Right.
for 3 months and then we play it.
Right.
Metroid Dread. One of my favorite games on my cousin's Game Boy I always borrowed was like the original Samus Return or Metroid Prime Zero, or it was like Metroid Zero Suit Mission. That game was great. But after all that being said, Ratchet and Clank is by far for me.
That's your pick?
Yeah. But I just have nostalgia for it. So
That's fair.
I have to pick that.
I
feel like
I'm gonna sound like a beta male
one for you.
Right? Yeah, it'd be between It Takes Two and Ratchet and Clank.
You don't have a lot of options here.
I know.
You have three games,
right? And it's kind of a chalked one.
If you wanted to pick one that you didn't play, what would you pick? Like,
I would probably go with Ratchet and Clank. I think
that's fair.
I know I sound like a complete cheap beta male, but
okay.
I feel it in my jimmies for Ratchet and Clank.
That's fair. It was good.
That's
okay. So 2022, the infamous Christopher Judge 12-minute acceptance speech. That was pretty crazy.
I love Christopher Judge.
Let me hear you first. What did you play?
I played through a good chunk of Elden Ring. I still have nightmares about getting fisted by every boss battle in there for at least the first 75 tries. I played Ragnarok, played Forbidden West, I played Stray, and I did do a Plague Tale.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
You actually played that game?
Mm-hmm.
I know like nothing about it.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Did you beat it? Like, did you play through it, or like maybe halfway, or
about 3/4?
Yeah,
about 3/4. Everything else
what
just happened.
Is it? I have no like. Is it a third-person like adventure game? Do you fight things?
Yeah. It's like a third-person adventure. You kind of, you fight things. Yeah.
Okay, that's so weird. I have no. I know nothing about that.
If
game.
you do get the chance to play it, you should.
Okay.
But I, to no one's surprise, would pick Ragnarok to be the game of the year.
Say what I played.
I was gonna ask you. No, I'm getting there. Chill, Daddy. Chill.
What the hell is even that?
I would pick Ragnarok, but it was definitely like Elden Ring was like I wasn't mad Elden Ring got it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't my type of game, which.
Yeah, After I'll skip.
Well, I played through.
I'll give my thoughts now.
Please.
So, I didn't play a Plague Tale. I still don't think it would win this year anyway.
No.
I'll save the two elephants in the room. Horizon Forbidden West. So fun fact, when I lived with Redacted, he was playing it and he was having a tough time beating the final. He was on the final boss.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought this game to release day because I liked the first game, but it took me. I put the game down for 6 months and then I picked it back up and I was on the final mission. I just could have finished the game 6 months prior on the first game. But the second game, I played it for an hour and I was like, yeah, this feels like a AAA blockbuster game, whatever, right? And I played it. I beat the boss in 2 tries without any prior. Like I played the first game and that's pretty much it.
Yep.
And I think Seth was on Redacted. I'll beat it, but he was on normal mode, I think. And I won't put this part in the video, but he was telling me that the game learns to what you do, so that's why it was so easy for me. Because then it wasn't as hard for me because it was based on Seth's playstyle.
Makes sense.
But all I did was just spam like bombs, so it was easy. Anyways, I'd love that side tangent. That doesn't leave this room. Because I couldn't clown him in person for that.
That's fair.
Stray, I played like 3 hours of, and then I was like, this isn't my type of game. And Xenoblade Chronicles, I did hear for those that are interested in that game was a banger. It's like
I did.
Yep. It's like 70 hours or something.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid.
Yep.
But it's like, and not repetitive. Like main story
No,
is
yeah.
like 60 or 70 hours.
And it runs on a calculator.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
A straight up TI Texas instrument right there.
Yeah. So, okay, back to these two. Initial impressions. Dude, when I played God of War Ragnarok, I'm going to spoil this. When Odin reveals himself, I was mainlining this game,
Yep.
okay? And I was a little tired, like, not of it, but I was, like, checking my phone in between on some cutscenes because I was just, like, checking snaps or whatever. And I open Snapchat and I go on my phone during the cutscene when Odin reveals himself, and I look up and someone's dead, and it says that Odin is talking, and they're in like the treehouse.
Yep.
And I immediately paused it and just looked up a gameplay and like watched the cutscene. So I completely robbed myself of that cutscene. That's just a fun side story.
That's fair.
I'm an idiot. Anyways, that being said, that game for me, very strong emotionally. I definitely cried like a little bitch at the end.
Oh, same. 100%.
So good, and other moments in the game, but especially at the end. And not to say, with that all being said, I understand why Elden Ring won.
Yep.
Because the art direction is insane, and like just the world they made with it, and like everything is just so cool looking.
Yep.
And I won't even lie, like I'm maybe like 5 main bosses in, and I stopped. I'll probably start a new playthrough soon, but when I fought Godric the first time,
yep,
and you get him to half, and he's like
chops his arm
off, and he has this, and he that's so cool, and all the lore in that game is cool.
Yeah.
So I think honestly, as the better game of that year, I would probably still pick Elden Ring. After playing it, when I watched the Game Awards, I hadn't played Elden Ring yet, and I was like, but now I get it. It's
well,
phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't think Elden Ring didn't deserve it. My pick would have been for Ragnarok,
Yeah.
but I'm not saying I don't think Elden Ring shouldn't have gotten it. You know what I mean? I could have seen it I could have seen it go either way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it was close. Like they.
Oh, absolutely.
I think even in this list, like best game direction was Elden Ring, which I get that going over God of War, because God of War was kind of evolving an existing game direction, whereas Elden Ring was like I mean, it's still a FromSoft game, but it's like insane.
Yep.
Best narrative for sure was God of War.
Yeah, I couldn't touch that. Yep. Fantastic.
Insane.
And same with score.
Oh yeah,
easily that best soundtrack of probably any game I played.
When Faye and Kratos have their final like moment and they like touch heads, I cried so hard.
100%.
Just like
Oh my god, yeah, that scene.
I understand like all the sounds in God of War were just so Christopher Judge has got
100%. There was nobody that was gonna touch him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then the rest aren't really related, but I get why this was the game direction.
Absolutely.
So I think now I would want to think about like what do you think is what do you think would be, how many are there, 6 games? What would be like 6 games you think would be nominated for Game of the Year this year?
I think Spider-Man 2 could get a nomination.
Yeah.
I think Baldur's Gate is good enough to get a nomination.
Just good enough, barely.
Just barely. It's not like I've put 100,000 hours into it. Tears of the Kingdom easily is going to get a nomination.
Oh, yeah.
I only think of 3 games.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there aren't other ones deserving of it, but those are the 3 that come to mind.
Let's look up an article of like
potential candidates for 2023 Game of the Year.
2023, because they're Mondays, so
what?
The nominees come out on Monday.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, if we look into this,
I
forgot about that. Yeah,
yep.
So I think let's look at this by Den of Geeks. So they think Alan Wake 2. I heard this game's actually insane.
I have too. I never played them.
I just said like Alden Wake. I don't even know what the fuck I just said. Alan Wake 2 I heard is phenomenal, so I want to give that a shot. Baldur's Gate 3, yeah, for sure. Spider-Man 2 for sure. Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom for sure. Final Fantasy 16.
Didn't play that
Didn't
game.
play it, but it's not really for me.
Yep.
I straight up forgot this game came out this year, but I loved it. I would put it on there.
Hogwarts Legacy could.
It'll probably get thrown on there.
potentially
I
get
forgot that game
a
came out
nominee.
this year still. So yeah, my 6 would probably be Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and I'm sure Armored Core 6 will get. Or no, I don't know. I haven't heard a lot of buzz about that game, so I'm sure Hogwarts Legacy will get put on there. But if I had to pick, honestly, if this game would have came out like last year, or no, not last year, I don't know. I think this game had a very hard time, particularly just because of
I had performance issues when it dropped.
it performance issues, and it came out right away in the beginning of the year, so it was kind of
Right.
forgot about.
Right.
Oh yeah, also
Super Mario's
RE4. Oh my god, I forgot about Wonder.
that could be out in there too.
That's definitely going to be on there. I've completely forgot about the game. I'm not done with it yet. I don't know if Starfield will get on there, and I forgot the RE4 remake came out this year too.
I don't think they'd give Game of the Year to a remake though.
I mean, it's
fantastic
a remake, though. It's not a remaster. It's like a remake. It's
Yeah,
a whole new
but-
game.
Yeah, I still don't think it would get it over some of the original games,
Yeah, that's fair.
but it was still fantastic.
That's fair. If I had to pick my game of the year, I'll do my personal and what I think's gonna win.
Okay.
So I think my personal is Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
I think Tears of the Kingdom's gonna win.
That's probably a safe bet. I think.
Oh, you're calling my assumption safe?
No. Yeah. It's a compliment. I think. I don't fucking know.
No, I'm just being-
What? It's fair.
What would you say?
I've put a lot of thought as to whether or not I liked Spider-Man 2 or Baldur's Gate 3 more. I think I love Spider-Man 2. But I think I liked Baldur's Gate 3 more. And I think I would put that as my game of the year. Like you, though, I think Tears of the Kingdom is going to take it because it's just a more widely accepted, more popular. Maybe not widely accepted, but just a more popular.
Yeah, it's still a very phenomenal game.
Yeah.
I beat and played that game. I love Matt Mercer, and he plays Ganondorf in that game, and he's very
Right.
great at voice acting. But I do think that, I think technically what Baldur's Gate does
It's
and how it
insane.
doesn't break by like the end of the game.
Yeah.
And it only gets bigger as you keep going. Like it's so insane. Very technically impressive. The story and the choices you make have real consequences and rewards.
Yep.
I hope it wins over Tears of the Kingdom personally because I think Larian deserves that because they also put 3 hot patches or like full patches out in like a month.
Right.
That
right.
like fixed like thousands of bugs. Like unreal. Now, will I say that I didn't have fun in Hyrule it came out right when I went to Georgia for a trip. And we just sat around and we just were all making stupid little fan bikes and we were flying around and blowing stuff up. Very fun in that regard. But as like a full complete package, I definitely think I don't know. They're both tough. Like it could go either way for me, but I think Baldur's Gate 3 does.
They're fantastic. I just think what Larian accomplished with Baldur's Gate 3 was insane.
Yeah,
it was so cool. And like, because third act of the game, I'm talking to characters realizing that shit I blew up in Act 1 was coming to bite me in the ass. And it's like, okay.
So crazy.
I'm surprised they thought of that. And
that's like a lot of that game is like
right.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Who'd you romance in that game? It's not a funny question.
I think I was the closest with Lae'zel.
The Yankee.
She
nice.
Was a very cool character and had very cool arcs. But a lot of my friends I talked to about it too said they're like, I never take Lae'zel. She's so annoying.
That's
and
fair.
I was like, once you get through like the first act,
she is better. Or not better, but
she starts to like understand the Githyanki that she's fighting for isn't what is good, and it's like kind of like a brainwash scheme on them. and then she like kind of becomes of her own free will, and then she's like, I don't want to say tolerable, but she actually gets like
Right.
empathetic and
Right,
stuff.
right.
So yeah. Who was yours?
Well, the first playthrough I had, both Gail and Will came on to me. I couldn't even romance one of the females. And I didn't try to like romance anybody. All of a sudden, but Will came on to me, and I was like, I'm not going to, and I clicked the wrong option. Not like I didn't I gave him the let him down easy option,
Yeah.
not the like fuck off option.
Yeah.
So the game like defaulted him to being my romance partner.
Oh no.
So I made it real awkward when I plowed Missoura in one of the inns or whatever in Act 3.
Oh my
She's
God.
like, I'm gonna take you to the dark side.
Oh my god.
And then there's just the portal popped up and I flew through it. And then
Oh my
all of a sudden
God.
I was naked.
I didn't even know she was an NPC because I killed her.
I didn't either until we were plowing.
Wait, Missoura's the one in the first act.
She's the devil.
Oh, it's the devil.
It's the literal devil. It's the one Will hates.
Oh, it's Will's patron.
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, so I got back at Will because I plowed his patron.
Oh my god.
Not my
That's
proudest
insane.
moment, but it was a pretty insane scene.
Oh my
it
god. That's so crazy.
was
But yeah,
it
that
was
game,
a trip.
phenomenal.
It was so good. I love that game. I'm on my second playthrough.
I want to play it. I need to finish it still. I'm in Act 3, and it's criminal of me that I haven't beat it, but it's been...
I'm gonna try that one more time. Well, that was our thoughts on the game of the years from 2018 to 2023. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you have any other opinions? We'd love to hear them. Put them down below and tell... Please, Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
Please like and comment and subscribe.
You ASMR?
Whoever the first subscriber is will say hi to you next episode of whatever we do. We'll say hi. We get emails.
Agreed. 100%. We will do that. Anyways, thanks guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.